Hi, I'm Sam with Mr. Landscaper, and I'm going to go over the differences and uniquenesses of microsprays and drippers. If you're trying to decide whether to use a microspray or a dripper, let me go over some of the benefits and where to use each one of those. It really comes down to your soil type. If you're in a very hard clay soil, that's typically where you might want to use a dripper. And if you're on loam sand or sandy soils, you would want to use a microspray. And the reason why, with the dripper, you're just getting a drip of water, so you may only get a few inches of covered around the plant. With a microspray, you're going to get about a 4 to 5 foot radius spray pattern, so you're going to cover a lot more of the root zone. So we have different style drippers that you can use. We have an inline dripper that's a half a gallon of water an hour. And then we have pressure compensated drippers, and they're color coded. So we have a red one that's a half a gallon, a black one that's 1 gallon, and a green one that's 2 gallons an hour. And then we also have adjustable drippers. We have an adjustable dripper and we have adjustable dripper stake. And what's really cool and unique about these is that we manufacture these in our own factory, and we have actually invented a new top for them. So if you're using one of these adjustable drippers now, and when you open the top to get the full pattern and it flies off, with our new invention, we have solved that problem. When you open ours all the way to the top to get the full pattern, it stops. That way you don't lose it, it doesn't fly off in higher pressures. And what's nice, if you did have to take it off to clean it, you can completely take it off. And we also offer this feature of the cap stopping when you get to the full pattern on our adjustable dripper stakes. You can install our drippers by using a punch tool, and you can actually punch a hole directly into the tubing, take one of the drippers and snap it into the poly tubing. So that way you have the drip coming directly off the tubing. The other way you can use the drippers or the adjustable dripper is to use our vinyl tubing with a barbed adapter. And that way you can feed it from the poly and bring it over to the plant wherever it is you want to place it. When using our microsprays to irrigate your landscapes and flower beds, you have choices of different spray patterns. So you can go from like a 5 foot diameter on the small spinner to up to a 10 to 11 foot diameter on the large spinner. And then we have part circles. So like you would have a corner of your landscape that you wanted watered, we have a 90 degree. We have a center strip to water a real narrow pathway. We also have a red down spray, and you can use that for roses so that you don't get water up on the leaves. And then we also have several different half circles. We have a 165 so the water doesn't spray back onto the house. And then we have true 180s. And how we install these is with the microsprays, you can screw them right into like one of our misterizers or any of our stakes. So we have different color stakes, as you well know, and you can just thread these microsprays right into the top of the stakes. When it comes to maintaining your microsprays and your drippers, it's really easy to maintain the microsprays. You literally take off the microspray and you can clean it with one of our tools. To maintain your drippers, if one of them happens to get clogged, you'll need to replace that one. When using our drippers, we highly recommend that you use our 25-pound regulator and our filter, because these are very, very small orifices and they do clog easily. With the microsprays, you really don't need a pressure regulator or a filter unless you have extremely high pressure. If you have more than 45 to 50 pounds of water pressure at your house, we highly recommend that you use the 50-pound regulator with our microsprays. To know more about our microsprays and our drippers, click on the link below.